As you no doubt know, America is facing an opioid crisis. Overdose deaths are increasing, and so is the economic cost. And it's being fueled in part using Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Ylan Mui is following the money in this special report for us tonight.
There's a new generation of criminals quietly driving the deadly spike in opioid overdoses. They're flooding the country with the lethal drug fentanyl, and they're hiding behind Bitcoin. Here in Utah, authorities accuse these crypto-savvy college kids of routing the fatal narcotic through suburban Salt Lake City while working at an eBay call center.
They were entrepreneurs looking for ways to make money. They are alleged to have gotten into a very dark hole.
A dark hole that started on what's known as the dark web, an encrypted online network where criminals can conduct their business. Sites like Google or CNBC.com, that's just a tiny sliver of the internet. Experts believe the dark web makes up as much as 94% of what's online. Access is fairly simple, but requires a special browser. Matthew Swenson is a cybercrime special agent at the Department of Homeland Security.
We're going to take a look at the Tor network.
He showed CNBC how easily the Tor network can disguise his identity and location.
There's going to be a series of relays, basically, which are different computers that the traffic is going to bounce in between.
And is that what makes it private?
Correct.
So people don't realize that we're in Fairfax, Virginia.
The dark web looks a lot like the open web. Sites such as Dream Market operate like eBay, but they sell illegal goods instead. Drugs are clearly displayed, and sellers even have star ratings. Their preferred method of payment? Bitcoin.
So this one, the unit price is going to be 0.475 Bitcoin, which right now is about $4,680. It looks like he only accepts Bitcoin.
While every Bitcoin transaction is public, no one can see who owns the coins. That makes it appealing to criminals seeking anonymity on the internet. But demand for both Bitcoin and fentanyl is so hot right now, dealers are spilling onto the open web, even offering discounts for payment in Bitcoin.
We need to continue to be diligent. And one of the ways that we do that is through our border enforcement security teams. We're right on the ground at these mail facilities.
Facilities like this U.S. Postal Inspection Station at New York's JFK Airport, where Customs and Border Protection estimates 40% of all fentanyl mail seizures go down.
Customs officers have to search all of these packages, either by hand or with one of the dogs over here, to find the fentanyl that people have bought online, usually with Bitcoin or another cryptocurrency, and had shipped directly here to the United States from overseas. They put the packages through an X-ray machine, and if they find something suspicious, they can open it up right here to see if there's a white powdery substance inside. Then they take it to a detention center where they test it, scan it, and figure out if it really is fentanyl. 2 years ago, Customs found 7 packages of fentanyl. So far this fiscal year, they found 150.
The majority of them are coming from China and Hong Kong.
And these products you're finding are being bought online?
Absolutely, using the dark web.
What kind of fentanyl are you seeing come through here?
The fentanyl that we're seizing here is about 90% pure. Just a couple of grains will create an overdose for you.
Ohio is ground zero of the opioid epidemic, and fentanyl is the leading cause of drug deaths.
Most of the guys are pretty cool.
Lucas, who asked us not to use his last name, overdosed on heroin laced with fentanyl 5 times before ending up here, the Mary Haven Treatment Center in Columbus. Lucas got his fix from a local drug house, the end of the line in a supply chain that's killing an average of 45 people a week in Ohio, a bona fide seller's market.
You would ask the dealers, where's the dope that's killing people? You seek that.
You want the dope that's killing people.
Basically.
Advocates for crypto tell CNBC their own studies show a different story.
Cryptocurrencies do not kill people. Opiates are killing tens of thousands of people a year.
But in Utah, Bitcoin is what authorities say financed Aaron Shamo's fentanyl enterprise, a supply chain that prosecutors suspect caused 28 deaths after users overdosed on his pills. When police raided Shamo's home and alleged stash house, they seized bags of cash and at least 500 Bitcoin, according to court documents. They were worth about $750 each when he was arrested.
They had alleged that they were going to forfeit it at some point. Usually you'd expect that to be done when the case is resolved, when a defendant is adjudicated. But in this case, the value of Bitcoins was going into the thousands of dollars, even over $10,000. And so the government came to us and said, this is a valuable asset. We don't want to lose that value.
Shamo, who declined to be interviewed, is pleading not guilty. His trial starts in August, and if convicted, he faces a mandatory sentence of life in prison. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Ylan Mui.